Nagashani, hold on. Hi.
We were trying to get it to work. I thought I did something wrong.
No, you're okay. We're both doing things wrong. The old owner of the house that we just moved into. This is why I'm here and not in my session room. Just showed up and he was shaking my hand and I was like, I went out there to go get more tea and I was like, I gotta cut it short because I gotta go into a session. Are y'all ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome. Oh my God, look at the baby. Okay, so welcome in. We have our whole time. I apologize for being a couple minutes behind, but I want to tell you.
I did something.
No, I was the one being the asshole. So usually I'm in my session room, but right now, because I'm getting that painted currently, we're going to be in this other room, okay? So with that being said, I kind of want to, we have 30 minutes. I want to rock it out and I am going to talk very quickly before we get into the session. So obviously, number one, it's just me. I'm going to have a pen. I'm going to have a notepad. All I do is scribble. The next thing is, I'm already feeling things. The next thing is when we channel, you have to remember what we're doing is we're asking somebody's soul, their consciousness, whether it be an animal, person, to come in and be with us. The next thing, though, is that whenever they do come in and talk, they talk with signs and symbols, they talk with feelings and emotions, they put me in different situations that may have happened to them or you or will happen to you. And the last one is I get words. Words are my favorite because they're simple and easy. What? Weird. I don't know if this is correct. There's a couple of things going on right now. I know that you said we want to try to bring through brother and then Kitty at the same time. Both are very near and dear to me. The first thing that I see is not an older guy, though. I see a child, which is weird, and that doesn't make any sense to you because it doesn't make any sense to me either. But they run up to you and give you a hug, which this could mean a couple of things for me. Hang on, give me a second. One. Keep saying, I'm happy, I'm happy, I'm happy. That could be one of the things that they're talking about, almost like having a childlike air about them now. What? They say that they're a good person. They say that they're a good person. What? So the brother wasn't necessarily a cat person.
Mm-hmm.
This is what he does. This is in my head. He's shrinking himself. He's making himself big, small, big, small. And I'm asking him why is he doing this? And he goes up and he has a cat in his hands and he goes, oh, I'm giving this to her. I go, why? He says, oh, I'll scratch behind the ears, but it's not my favorite. And I'm like, okay. So he's handing the cat to you. He says that, what? He's very excited to be here. I'm going to try to do both. Tell me, very excited to be here. What happened with you? He keeps telling me over and over again that he's a very good person. I feel like he'd be in a good place. He's in a good vibration. He doesn't feel like a low vibration place, which is nice. He says, what happened? What? Wait, so with the little girl that was in here, would that be his niece?
Yes, that's our niece. Yeah.
That's your niece. Okay. He goes, I said, who is that? I said, is that a lot of times they'll bring daughters over for the session and stuff. And he goes up to her and he goes, hey, how are you? How are you? Oh, that's my niece. That's my niece. I go, great. He says that, what? He's talking about his transition from physical to spirit. And he's trying to reference that it was easy, which is weird. I never have that. He's talking about how it goes from here to here very quickly, boop, boop, and how fast it was, but we'll have to figure that out. What happened? What happened? Weird. It's almost like you didn't really get to experience most of it. I don't know why. Why though? What happened with you, bud? What happened with you? Weird. Was he like knocked out like the last 6 hours of his life?
Yeah, he was in hospice.
Hospital. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And so what he says, poor Bud, no wonder he's not. He goes like this. I said, so what happened? He says that I've never had them explain it this way.
Mhm.
He says that the ease of the transition from passing away to becoming a spirit,
Mhm.
it was like he didn't even realize that it had happened. And I go, why? Tell me. And he talks about just how seamless it was. And then he says, well, I really didn't get to experience the last few hours, anyways, because I was
Like,
knocked out or I was asleep.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, and he says, like, let them know that I didn't know, but let them know I'm fine. I'm fine. He loves you. He says he can't believe that he's talking here. Um, he can't believe it. What? Tell me. What did you do and what was going on? Why? Um, Nobody had a trach. What do you mean by that? Um, he's talking about maybe he caught an illness. Like, I don't know why. What? He keeps showing me his hands. I can see his fingers. I can see his joints of his pinkies. He keeps going like this. He's like trying to be in my body. That doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? What? Weird. Hold on. It feels like this snuck up on him, but I want to say he's sick, which is odd. Like maybe his sickness snuck up on him very quickly.
Yes,
That's
we had no idea.
yeah. This is okay. This is what he does. He goes like this. I said, so tell me. He's like, but I was good. I was good. And he's showing me his hands like this. And he says, I was fine. He goes, and then all of a sudden I'm sick. I'm like that. I'm that. And I don't know. What? Weird. Did he end up getting cancer?
Yes. Yes.
He says tumor. He said tumor. That's what he said. Tumor. Like that. I'm like,
and then my mom took him to the doctors. The doctors scanned his body. They were like, he's fine. And then they finally checked his head. They had to go to a couple places.
brain.
Yes. And he had a rare bone cancer too.
Poor Bud. He had no idea.
We had no idea.
He's such a young man. He's such a young man.
He was in 6th or 7th grade, I remember. Yeah.
He's a little kid. He's a little kid. That's why he comes up to you as a kid. Remember earlier? Oh, so this means, oh, that's so, see, oh, that makes so much sense now. This is what he did. So what he's trying to show you is that he's grown up with you. He's grown up with you, but he keeps running up to you and hugging you as though he's this little kid. I just want to let you know that's how he views himself. And he just, like, when I say run, I mean, stomp, hug. That's what he does to you. He, my God, what? No, you wouldn't. You stop. Stop. Would he be 30? How old would he be?
He would be close to like, so my sister's like 27. He'd be about 25.
25. Okay. He says he's quote unquote not as old as me. I'm 34. But he says he's an adult now. And I'm like, okay, so you're 30. So I'll just leave that there. He says that. So no wonder he's growing up with you. What? He's angelic. He's great. I don't know if you ever watch my lives and I talk about all this. Like you did.
Yes.
And I talk about the middle and how you can feel how it's heavy. This is not in the very beginning. That's why I'm like, this is not the case with this person. This person's good. What? So tell me about her. I'm going to test him. Wait, so is Alan the cat?
Yes. Everybody always made fun of that name. It's a human name.
Oh, goes, so who are you? I said, are you Russell or are you Alan? And he goes, that, and he points at the cat laying on your bed that's not there, that's dead. And he goes, Alan. And I'm like, Alan? I'm like, weird. Okay, she says that. Tell me, what? Mm. Come here, Alan. You come with me. He's like telling your cat to come with him. Why? Alan must have got sick too. Alan was having a really hard time as well because he says, I'm so sorry, Alan. I'll take you back with me. Alan got sick too. I was there when this happened. I don't want you. Yeah, your brother was there. His spirit was.
So my brother passed away in 2015 and my cat passed away in 2018, the day after him. And like I always thought there was like a weird connection about that. Like I was grieving my brother passing away, and then the next day my cat passed away, and I was like, yeah.
That's why. Because he took him home with him. Like that's the whole thing. I just want to let you know that. Why? Your brother's so funny. He says, oh, but the cat was very nice, treated him much better than me. And they're talking about being bundled up and cozy and stuff like that. And I'm like, I get it. He says that. Tell me what? Your brother is like a gaming computer nerd in my head, but he's so funny because he says, don't worry, I can be on computers, but now I see, boom. And he talks about how he has muscles. And I'm like, okay, whatever. You have a good time with that. He says that, what? He didn't have a girlfriend though. Nobody liked him. I don't know. He's a nice kid though. He goes, I said,
he was a big sweetheart. He was the first person to watch The Notebook with me.
He's a teddy bear.
Yeah.
He says that he misses, he would like romance. He says, the only thing I didn't get is a girlfriend. I said, why? He said, nobody likes me. I was like, everybody likes you, Russell. What are you talking about? He says that, what? Who's beautiful? Who had like a really intricate wedding? Who got married?
No.
Weird. I know it's not you or the sister or anything like that.
Friend got married, and I think he used to have a crush on her.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Was it like really beautifully done though?
I think so. Yeah, very extravagant.
Okay. Yeah, very extravagant. Only thing, because he talks about how I said, so what? He says, I went to the wedding, and I go, who? And he doesn't say you or him. So I bet he went to this. It's a thing. What? So what? What happened after? I think maybe you blame music on your brother, which would be correct. He's talking about how this is all he shows me. He talks about something happening. All I can do is I'm like hearing something. So for me, this would go along with like music or sound or something like that. And then you say, oh, okay, Russell, like that's it. There's something, or somebody does that. And he's talking about how that's like trying to be him. Wait, come back over here. What happened with him? Wait. Alan was not that old of a cat though.
No,
correct?
He was 2 years old. He like passed away suddenly, and I had like no idea, but I had a feeling it was coming. It was weird.
This is what your brother just said. I go, so what was going on with Alan? How old was he? He goes, oh, Alan wasn't a young cat. He wasn't an old cat. He goes, I just got bored. I wanted him to come and be with me. So that's why I said he's not old, because he was bored. He wanted what? What? Weird. Did Alan end up having like bleeding internally?
I didn't know. Oh, I remember the day it happened. He peed and like threw up and everything, and like I had to go to school. My mom cleaned it up, and we just thought like the food made him sick. I remember I left early from middle school. There was an early bus, and like I was so excited to see him. Like that's all I could think about. Like I just wanted to see him, but I had like a weird feeling. And when I got home, I was the only one home, and like I found his body.
Oh,
It was so hard.
oh my God.
It was so hard. I had no idea what happened. His body was just really, really stiff. And I had to like call my mom, my sister,
Oh,
I had to take care of it. Yeah.
oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, my poor baby. My
I
poor baby.
still to this day don't know what happened. I just remember his body just being really, really stiff.
Yeah, it feels like coming from what I don't think necessarily he has cancer. I think or anything like that. It almost feels like maybe we had like an internal bleed, or maybe we had a seizure at one point with it. It almost feels like the internal bleeding goes along with something. But why do we have that? You know, that would be my next thing. Why? Um, one. But like you found his body like in a front room.
It was in the bathroom.
In the
It was
bathroom,
right near my room.
right
Yeah.
near your, he's talking about how it's weird because Alan didn't even try to hide or anything like that. That's what he's saying. He's talking about him being out in front. Um, he says that what? I just want him to like people to touch his paws like that. And I want him to just knead on your bed with you. Like that's all he wants to do. And that's what he's doing to you. Your cat has not left you. I don't think that he realizes.
I feel his paws sometimes in bed, like his weight. He was a really big cat. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he, yeah, he's still with you because your brother brought him in. Your brother put him on your bed, and that's where he's been. And he shows me his paws, and he talks about doing like this. So notice that. And then he talks about feeling pressure. And so I just want you to know your baby's with you. Okay. He hasn't left you yet. Wait, so what? Tell me about him. What? What about him? Hold on. What? You love your brother. He knows it. You want to take more time to tell him that. He doesn't want you to be like stuck on that and like how you wish you would have like savored those last moments together more. You didn't. You're a little kid. He says like why do you stay with that? He's like you don't need to. He says that he's talking about his head feeling a lot better. Maybe he was having what? They didn't even try surgery or anything on him, did they?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
It was like chemo.
Okay. Really? Yeah. He just says he talks about swelling, and I said, so did they relieve the pressure? He says, no, they didn't do that. I go, okay. He says that what? What? Yeah. Your mom still talks about him, Russell. Yeah, good. That most of the time moms they can't, especially since it's been too new. And he says that Russell says, well, you know, my mom still talks about me as though I'm there. And she says that like I'm the best, like I'm the greatest. If Russell would this, if Russell would this. And so everybody's like, oh, what about Russell? You know, and so he's just let your mom know that he knows that this is being said. He says that what? Mom still like celebrates his birthday or calls y'all and lets y'all know that it's his birthday.
Yes, we always celebrate every year.
That's so cool. So many people don't do that or don't do that at all. He goes like this. He says, my mom will get on the phone and be like, hello, you know it's Russell's birthday. It is. We have to do this. And I'm like, okay. He says
like
that.
A piece of cake and everything. We leave it for
really
food. Yes.
Yep. Yes. He says, what? You are very good. No, what do you mean by that? He tells me that you're a very good businesswoman. He says, yeah, it's interesting. What? Weird. It's weird. Like I want you to open up like your own like medical spa or salon or like something, but like make it hardcore expensive because you're doing what business right now? What did you do it in? What are you doing?
Special and early education, but I keep hearing into medical. Everyone tells me that. Everyone I'm around is in medical.
Now, I'm just going to tell you this way. It feels like I like you in special education. That, that also could go along. I'm just letting you know. Medical and special education go along kind of like hand in hand because you are helping people that are helpless.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so it's that offering of your time, services, emotion, and need. That's exactly what medical does as well. And maybe that's also why it almost feels like you go into like the more business sector of it. So like creating your own, oh, I can't wait to see you in 20 years. Let's figure out what this is. Hang on. Hold on. Ooh. You have, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. He's like giving me this image, and I really think that you're going to be a trailblazer in what you do. It's almost like I would want you to open up like your own medical or special education facility for these people or for these type of people. You really give this specialized care, almost like you being a hospital administrator, but for what you're doing here because you know about it. Do you deal have you already sectioned yourself off where you deal with mainly like autistic or autism and like Down syndrome, or what do you do?
It's been autism and ADHD recently. I last year worked in my first special education classroom and I loved it.
Autism is a thing. The only reason he's talking about having this is not now. Get everything underneath your belt, do it for 10 years, enjoy it. But after 10 years, start thinking and brainstorming, or just allow your brother to work for you because that just works the exact same way. It's almost like I would want you to break off and open up your own facility where people with hyperattention or these hyper experiences, right? With autism, you can't touch things, the colors feel weird, stuff like that, where you have this environment that's really pleasing to them. I would even think like bringing in or making like your first spa or like care center for people like this where they can come in and relax, right? Yeah. Like something like that is so niche, but it's never been done before and you're the head of it. I'm just going to leave that there. Okay. Think about that. Hold on. So tell me about what? And you didn't get any of Alan's hair, nothing like that. You never did that.
I have a paw print of his somewhere. I remember when he passed away. It's really weird, but I painted his paw and I like put it on a piece of to keep it. It's somewhere in my room. And then like for months after he passed away, I printed out pictures and I kept it near my bed.
Yes. Oh, that's your buddy. Okay. Well, I need you to find the palm print. I need you to put it out. Okay. Frame it because he lives with you. He says that what? Did you end up getting a dog?
I have 2 other cats now.
He's talking about you trading him in. That's why. And I was like, oh, I mean, it's okay. Don't worry about it. What? If you could, you'd get a third, but you're not going to.
Oh no, I don't want a third.
Good. Don't do it anymore. It's weird. Like, no, it's okay. It's almost like down the line. I don't know why. I think your cat. I mean, I'm a cat person all the way. I think Alan is going to end up coming back to you, but in the dog.
Oh.
Okay, but it's not a big dog. It's like. And I don't, it's weird with breeds because I don't know a whole lot of them, but it's almost like you end up getting a dog. It's either going to be something that's like a poodle, a Pomeranian, or like a, what do they call those things? A Yorkie, like in that brown small category like that. Yeah. And it ends up coming into your life. I would have to say 5 or 6 years down the line. And that is Alan. Oh. Okay. So don't worry about it. Tell me, brother. Weird. Okay. Is somebody going to have a little boy?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, we're gonna leave that there. I'm just going to keep that there because your brother brings up little boy, little boy, little boy. And I go, well, where's the little boy? Do we have one already? And he says, no, not yet. And so it could be that somebody ends up getting, is somebody wanting to get pregnant soon?
I don't think so. No.
Okay, so let's just leave this here. I would say give it, hold on. How long? Literally says, I give it 2 years, it will come. And I'm like, why? And they're like, whether you like it or not. So I don't know what's happening in that world. I don't know what's going on. I don't think necessarily that it's going to be thing that's like, oh my God, yay, I'm pregnant. It's like, holy shit, I'm pregnant. And I'm not saying it's for you. So I don't know how that goes, but it would either be like you or like the sister around you or something like that. But it's random. And I'm not saying that that's your brother, but he's just letting you know and forecasting that that's going to be a thing. Come here. What? Is mom like not in the home or the house where he ended up passing anymore?
No, we're still there.
Oh, they're still there.
I'm on campus. Yes, I live
Okay, so you're gone now. This is what he says. They said, I go, well, what's going on? Who are you there with? He says, oh, she, so I guess talking about you, you don't live there anymore, or you're not around there anymore. And he says that he keeps talking about mom being there and like reliving this. He says, what? Weird. I wonder if they were giving your mom false hope on his diagnosis and what was going on. Yeah, I wonder.
There was like a couple times where it like went away and then it would just randomly come back. Like they wouldn't keep track of it, and then it would come back and it was super big. And the last time it like got him, like we had a lot of false hopes.
I'm sorry, I had to go do that. He's talking about it. He goes, I go, so what do you want to say? He says, I'm not angry. He says, but I'm upset at how people treated my family and me. And I go, well, why is that? And he says, because they went through and they were giving my family false hope. They were saying, no, it's fine. Do this. It'll be okay. It'll be good. And it didn't. Right. It's almost like if we hadn't done radiation or chemotherapy, it wouldn't have done anything, you know, like his quality of life would have been one. What are you doing? Hold on. Interesting. Did he not have a phone before he died? Like he didn't have one yet?
He had an iPhone. My mom actually has it. Like she used it as her
has it.
Yeah.
Okay. He goes like this. That's so odd. He goes like this. He says, my phone, it's not mine. It's not mine. So your mom was using his iPhone?
That was hers, okay. Yes.
Okay. Because he's giving me the feeling of like how unfair that is, that everybody else has their own phone, but he doesn't have his anymore because mom has this. So it was a thing. He says that, tell me about her. What? He doesn't even want to talk about death. He doesn't even want to talk about the end. He just wants to go and like run around your mom's house. He just wants to go and be with you. He likes to sit in the car with you. He likes to be on campus with you. He says that, oh, you walk everywhere though. Interesting. He says that, yeah, he's talking about backpacking with you. I'm like, okay. He says, he talks about you taking pictures. He says, I'm here for this. He goes, why is she doing that? I'm like, I don't know, because that's what we do as women. Like, that's the thing. And he's like, I watch her. Tell her stop it. And I'm like, okay. He says that, what? You must brush your hair a lot.
Yes.
He's talking about being in the mirror with you. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that so much? What is going on there? What is that? He says, do you want, and this is not a bad thing just because you're just like me. Do you like wash your hair every 3 days?
Every like 3 to 4 days. Yeah.
Really? Okay. Yeah. He goes like this. He says, you brush it so much, but you don't wash it enough. And I was like, what do you mean by that? And I'm like, and he talks about me. Mine's every 3. I used to be every day. And he says that it's because you have a thicker hair base, so it doesn't require it. I know. What? He keeps giving me all of like the geometric Mandela signs over and over and over again, which is interesting. What are you doing with that? You do have a tattoo right now?
I don't. Maybe he's talking about like the crystals I wear and like like when I listen to like this like memory frequency, it has like the pattern on it for like focus. Yeah.
Yes, it's like this. That's all he's showing me. He's showing me this with like all the Mandela lines, like the sacred geometry.
Yes.
That's what he's showing me. Okay, that's where you connect with him, because he talks about how with this sacred geometry, with this is how we connect. And I'm like, I don't think she has any tattoos. That's what he's talking about. He says, tell me, bud. He's messing with my hands. What about her? Enjoy your life. Have fun. Have fun. Don't worry about getting sick. Don't worry about feeling bad. Don't worry about any of that. He says, have fun. Enjoy your life. Go outside. See the beauty of it. Like, just be there. He's going to be holding your hand the entire way. This guy turned into a child and ran up and hugged you in my head. That was the oddest thing I've ever seen in my life, which I'm totally here for. And so, which also means, you know, that he's still growing with you and that he loves you. He says, you're still his sister. You're his sissy. You're his everything. He loves you. He loves y'all. And your kitty's there too. Your kitty's on your bed. Okay. So you have everybody here with you. So for right now, because I also have to go to my other session too. My God, tell your brother you love him. He's ask me anything. Yeah.
What is his like favorite memory that like he remembers of the 2 of us? Because I just want to
see.
Like in my thoughts.
Let's see. Let's see if he goes there. Hang on. Come on, bud. Now, it also goes based on my own experience as well. So if I had something similar, then I'll get that. Come on. Maybe. Weird. But you don't live next to the ocean, correct? No, not at all. Wait, like, the what?
The Niagara River, the gorge. Yeah.
Oh, that's where all the birds are. Interesting. Okay. This is what wait, where are you at? Are you in New York?
Yes, New York.
Shut up. Really? Okay. Sorry. I've never been up there before. This is what he makes me hear. He makes me hear like surf and like that. And I'm like, well, what is this? And then he talks about how when you're looking up, you can see the birds and like just like flying. And I go, okay. And for me living down south next to Galveston, I'm like, okay, this is like ocean. He says that, tell me. What? What? Weird. Did all 3 of y'all have to sit like in the back seat together, like smushed in?
Yes.
Really? Okay. This is what he says. He gives me a feeling he's talking about these grandiose things, like seeing the birds, being at like this Niagara thing. But the thing that he just showed me, and I want you to keep this here, and this is very interesting. He shows me an image of y'all being smushed together in this back seat, and y'all kind of like fighting and like pushing back or telling each other like, don't do that or don't move here. And then he shows me an image of him flashing and staring at you, and you look at him and you smile. That's it. And so it's this moment of y'all being close, but irritated, but loving one another, but being forced to be in this stupid back seat together, right? With not enough room. And how he would do that over and over again with you if he could. Okay. So I know that that's simple, but that's very interesting too. That's very, very, it's love. That's what love is. That's what love is. Okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I love you, my friend. If you need me, you just message me. And my God, tell your kitty and tell your brother that you love him. You got it?
I will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sugar. I'll talk to you later, okay?
Thank you. Bye.